That's it.
That's it.
That's it. There's no conspiracy theory about that.
Until one day comes and they release more information about the base, I guess we'll really never know.
Yeah.
It's just
Like
speculation.
if you want to prove us wrong, give us evidence. Hard, concrete evidence that they reverse engineering alien technology or they have captured UFO bodies from Roswell or whatever crashes they might have. So
Now, having said that,
yeah.
we briefly talked about this earlier when we first met up. The government is now, the U.S. government is now coming out and releasing new evidence of videos taken by aircraft, of aircraft that are unidentified. You know, it happened, they officially admitted it last week. Of the 2 videos that were released in 2017 are official.
Right.
If there was alien visitation, if those aircraft crashed, is it too outside of box thinking to think that the military would try to reverse engineer it? No. No, it's not.
Yeah.
So, now did it happen in Area 51? We don't know.
Right.
So, that's what I have to say about Area 51.
Yeah.
Fascinating stuff, though.
Yeah, it is.
The more I learn about it, the more intrigued I am.
Yes, it is. Yeah, and if you ever get a chance to travel down there, go outside of Las Vegas, go out there, go make sure you don't step over the line and get arrested. But head there. Might see something weird. But it's probably terrestrial. So that was Area 51 on UFO Alien Muff. Before we go, and this might take a little bit, but if we go any more over 15 minutes, we will stop and just save it for another time. Remember when we did our 2-parter on the JFK assassinations?
I sure do.
And we gave all the conspiracy theories, what we thought had happened, and stuff like that. There was one theory that was brought to my attention recently that I didn't think of, and it makes, if you put it together, it makes a hell of a lot more sense than any other theories that people place out there.
Does this have anything to do with Area 51, or are we moved?
No, we're moving away from Area 51.
Okay, I was like, how is he going to tie these 2 stories together?
This is away from Area 51. It's a conspiracy theory.
Okay, got it.
But this might be a lot closer to truth.
An addendum to
yes, it's an addendum to a past episode.
Okay.
Because I wanted to bring it up the last episode we did on stupid conspiracy theories.
When you go back to editing this, you should separate these 2 out. So if people are listening to this, you know, if somebody goes in wanting to hear about Area 51, they're not turned off by what we're talking about. One,
well, this is the end of the show. So.
Yeah, fair enough. I would separate these 2 podcasts out.
Yeah, I'll probably, but we're not going to go any more than 15 minutes on this. But let me put out this theory. This theory was brought to me a couple of weeks ago by a couple of books and another podcast that's out there, a lot more famous than ours, the last podcast on the left. This is a theory that the actual murder of JFK was an accident.
Oh?
That mainly that Lee Harvey Oswald did commit the shooting. And he is at fault for the murder of JFK. But JFK's actual death, the last shot, was an accident.
Go on.
Okay. So it has been pretty much confirmed. I don't know but it's been denied by the government. confirmed by the government that Lee Harvey Oswald took 3 shots from the Texas School Depository. They found 3 casing shells in the rifle when they discovered it on the 6th floor after Oswald had fled. What they don't tell you, and you refuse to acknowledge to this day, that one of the bullets was a dud. The first bullet, what it explained to me, I'll try to explain this as best as I can. The first bullet that was in there was a spent cartridge that was kept inside the chamber to make sure that the chamber was working. So the first bullet, the 2 bullets in there were live rounds.
Okay.
The first bullet was a spent bullet cartridge.
Okay.
So you fire it, nothing happens.
Okay.
So he fires the shot. First one, nothing happens. Recycles the chamber. Second shot goes over Kennedy. It hits the gentleman on the bypass, or by the underpass. It ends up nicking it underpass. Even you can see it in the Supreme Film after that, which is technically the first shot. They all look like you see Kennedy and Conway's head kind of turned to the left.
Mm-hmm.
The second shot, which is the third shot, is what they call the magic bullet, but we to prove, and everyone to prove that it's not the magic bullet, that Kennedy was sitting higher, they went through Kennedy's back and ended up hitting Conway. Those are the 3 shots Oswald fired. What happened?
Yeah, because the conspiracy is the 4th shot, right? That's
which is the 3rd shot, not the 4th shot. Remember I tell you, the first bullet is a spent cartridge.
Okay.
So it does nothing. He ends up firing it, but he forgets that it's a spent cartridge, so he recycles the chamber.
Okay.
That's the first bullet. Second bullet, he misses, which is the first bullet. It goes over, hits ricochets, hits the pavement and the guy in the underpass. The third shot from Oswald, which is the second shot, does the trajectory inside, goes to Kennedy's back, comes out of his neck, hits Conley in front of him. Mm-hmm. The trajectory. That's all Oswald's bullets. He only loaded 3.
Okay.
One's a spent cartridge. Where's the kill shot come from?
Where?
When I say it's an accident, I'm preferring that this is an accident. Possibly came out of a Secret Service agent. What I found out is that at the time, Secret Service were protecting Kennedy. They start using AR-15 rifles.
In the 60s?
I told you that this is an old rifle.
Jesus.
I
did not know that.
This is an old rifle. They started using it, an early version of AR-15, during the Vietnam War. They start using it. They only had 2 on them in Dallas. Mm-hmm. So let me prefer, because they told me the whole story and it made sense. The night before, when they're in Fort Worth, where Kennedy has a visit Fort Worth, Kennedy ends up going to bed at around midnight.
Okay. The
Secret Service agent, he goes to the hotel. He's in Fort Worth. He goes, I'm going to sleep at midnight. Secret Service agents that protected him are automatically off duty. The second shift comes in to make sure no one bothers Kennedy. The Secret Service agents that were guarding Kennedy decided they were going to go out.
Rascals.
They end up hitting the town. They didn't end up getting back until 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, that's
They went to
professional.
so many different bars, strip clubs around. They ended up getting wasted.
okay.
This is facts. You can look this up. These are facts. It's not some fucking conspiracy theory. These are facts.
So instead of protecting the president,
Well, their shift is over.
oh, the guys who okay,
Their
I'm sorry,
shift
I'm
is
sorry,
over.
Okay, got it.
So the
So
next set
potentially
of
the guys that were going to be working the next morning.
Mm-hmm.
We're up till 5 in the morning.
5 in the morning.
Okay.
And they ended up going to various clubs. They ended up getting back 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. Ended up getting an hour of sleep. Now, remember when we were young, we were able to do that. Like, it was fucking nothing. Now we end up doing that, we're going to fucking die.
Yep. I have a headache for a week.
You have a headache for a goddamn week, and we're sitting there fucked up. So some of them only end up getting hour at most, 2 hours at most sleep. Some of them don't get any sleep at all. And so they know they're hungover and fucked up. So what had happened is they asked one of the guy that pretty much guards the car. But then the Secret Service agent that guards the car who didn't go out that night before. He had a 4 nights rest. Totally up, ready to go. They asked him to pretty much hold the AR-15. So he's like, yeah, because he's trained the same way as other Secret Service agents. He just is not not like everyday field guy holds the AR-15.
Okay.
So he just watches a car. So, and I'm not going to give his name for reasons because I just have my reasons why I'm not giving his name. His name is out there, but I'm not giving his name. So they're on the doing the drive. Assassination happens. Here's that first shot, which is Oswald's second shot. He knows that's not backfire. He knows that's gunshots. Mm-hmm. So he grabs the AR-15, which he had placed underneath the seat.
Oh, he's in the car.
He's not in Kennedy's car. He's in the limousine directly behind the presidential limousine. So he ends up grabbing it. He goes to stand on the seat because he's looking for where the shooter is. Mm-hmm. But he hears it behind him, so he's looking where the shooter is. So the second shot happens and ends up hitting Kennedy. And as you can see in the Zapruder film, that the Kennedy limousines kind of stops.
It slows down.
Slows down. So their car slows down. And what had happened, as per what was described in this theory, is it kind of hit the brakes really hard, and the Secret Service agent holding the AR-15 lunges forward. There's no safety on this gun. The gun goes off, hits Kennedy.
What?
Because Kennedy's car kind of slows down, the driver of the Secret Service car behind him...
No, I understand, but what? Okay.
It's an accident.
Okay.
And it hits Kennedy. Accident, lucky shot. Because, and even if you look at the Zapruder film, and you see Kennedy's brains just go...
Yeah.
out. But that first shot that he's hit is a clean shot because it's a full metal jacket. Mm-hmm. Full metal jackets are meant to...
They're meant to penetrate through armor.
No, it was a full metal jacket. Or it was It's a type of bullet that is meant to just